Greetings, YouTube. This is Yvette, and welcome to our channel where we are fasting sometime during the month. But the biggest thing we're doing is we are seeking the kingdom of God. We are living as kingdom citizens. We're taking our rightful place, taking dominion over the earth, authority over the enemy. We know that we are kings and priests, that the King of Kings has chosen us to be set apart, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, and that we are heaven on earth. Okay, we are receiving blessings that God gave to Israel because we are Israelites, praise God, down through the blood. Okay, we talked about that in a previous video. So I'm here to tell you that how blessed I am to have kingdom living because it is paying off big time. You guys, I have somebody that a group member that has been oppressing me and trying to block me from getting the free food that I get for my homeless people. And it's been really interesting. So they made some phone calls to the office, I told you, and tried to block me, telling the both warehouse managers not to let me in. And those warehouse managers know that I take food out to the homeless. And the interesting thing about the warehouse managers is they're like, no, we want Yvette to come because if she don't come take the food, we got to go do extra work and get rid of it. So it's a blessing all the way around. All I had to do was print off my nonprofit status. So this group thought that I was not a nonprofit. So that's what came out of it. It's like, Yvette, all you got to do is just give me a letter that says you're a nonprofit. You could file a nonprofit any day of the week, Feed My People Ministries and pay the filing fee through your state and have it done. Ours happens to be $50 here for such a report. I already had one in existence, but I didn't pay my fee last year. So then I had to pay to reinstate it, pay last year's fee and this fee. So it's $150. But shame on me because it's a ministry. I should have just been paying it, but I was just so busy. In any case, all I did was went in and paid my fees. It's fine. Okay. So when I told the group that if I had anything extra, I would take it to them. Now I told them that this before. I got some extra stuff yesterday, but when they were acting so crazy, I'm like, well, you know what? I'm not even going to give them the extra stuff because I know they like rock stars, and I got a bunch of rock stars yesterday. We were blessed to have it. So what's been happening is that I used to work with the other group on Mondays and Tuesdays, and so much good stuff was coming in on Mondays and Tuesdays. We were getting good kind of stuff. Well, guess what? That stuff has shifted to Wednesday, Thursday. How do I know this? Because the lady I went to give them some stuff today because I stopped by because I was going to keep my promise. I said, hey, I got some extra stuff. I'm going to bring it by. She didn't text me back, but I went over to talk to her and she started talking about what her problem was. Her issue was that there's two warehouses. One of them has just regular food stuff. The other one gives you like little goodies every now and then, like cool stuff. And that's what she wanted to keep for herself. That's what the problem is without her saying it. I said, because you want to be greedy and keep it all to yourself. I said, there's enough for everybody. And she wouldn't really say what she wanted. She wouldn't really say it. And so her feeling was that I should have told her that I was getting goodies from the other side. I should have informed her. And I'm like, wait a minute. Um, this is their business. I don't know why you feel like I needed to get permission from you because they fired me from volunteering from them. So I'm trying to figure out why do I need permission from you? She wouldn't come out and say it. So finally we talked about it and she explained it. So I told her, I said, I don't have a problem giving you, if you want meat and cheese, yes, I can give you meat and cheese every now and then because there is some cheese I like. I like pepper jack. So she's like, that's fine. So we agreed. We're as two leaders. So what was interesting is they kept saying, you're not a nonprofit. I am a nonprofit. I've always had a nonprofit. Well, why didn't you tell us? I'm like, I'm trying to figure out why did you need to know I was a nonprofit to volunteer to help you when I was helping her? All the volunteers there, nobody had a nonprofit status. See, it was all about this control thing. But in the kingdom, this is what I was trying to tell them, people, the black Israelites who feel like they're God's chosen people and they were, you know, they don't like white people, that, those guys. Some of them, all of them are not like that. But the group that my sisters are with, they hate them other people. They cuss about it. So this is what I was trying to say. What does it matter what somebody else thinks when you're in the kingdom. And this is what I told the lady. So my conversation with her was different. I said, I told you that God was going to make a way for his people to be fed. I told you that. And so she's arguing with me about the warehouse, which I still didn't understand. What are you talking about? Because remember, in the kingdom, all this extra stuff don't happen. We talking about heaven on earth. When God gives us authority and he's the King of Kings, he provides. What does anybody else's conversation have to do with it? And so while she's having her argument, I said, I don't understand why you're saying this, because this is their business and they've decided to operate differently. So, well, we got a contract. We got, listen, God don't care what they got on earth. Okay. When you are in his kingdom, okay, when you're a king and a priest, you've been given authority. Okay. And he takes care of all your needs. It doesn't matter what somebody's contract is. I said, well, I don't think those people care about your contract. I think their concern is that they don't want to have food sitting in that warehouse that's unattended, that they want it out that day. And so, well, but that's our days. We have those. I said, no, I don't think you have those days. I said, you have Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. I have Wednesday and Thursdays, and that's the days they've given me. They were supposed to be, I said, I was trying to find out from her what she meant. They were supposed to be holding the food for her from Tuesday to Friday. So she was going to skip coming Wednesday and Thursday and think these people going to keep smelly food sitting in the warehouse and they need the warehouse shelves. I said, no, they had an audit and they can't leave that stuff in there anymore. I said, so maybe that's the agreement you had with them before. I said, but that's all changed since they have to keep that warehouse clean because they get spot checked. So she didn't know all of this because she hasn't been going to the warehouse. So as I'm talking to her and she's listening to what she said, she broke down and cried. I felt really bad for her. I said, I was a really good volunteer for you. I don't know why you fired me. I said, but just like the other girl said, God would make a way. I said, she was sure right about that because he did. So now I told them, I said, but you guys called over there. You tried to get me kicked out. I said, what's going on over there? I said, your other person is making you guys look really bad. I said, because the warehouse manager is saying that this has been fine for months. Now you guys are coming in trying to start something. I said, you guys are going to make it so that you're going to be put out of the warehouse. I said, so you guys really need to stop. So my job was not to argue with her. It was to mend this relationship. And I'm so thankful that God gave me compassion for her. Because remember, I've been praying for humility because you got to keep it humble. Keep it humble. Because remember, I've been getting favor around that warehouse. I don't want to go in there talking about, yeah, I got this. I got that. I didn't want to do that. Even in the kingdom, I didn't want to say, my God took care of XYZ for me, girl. You can't. I know I did not want to do that. My heart was still, you know what? I did all that work for you because I really was thankful about, I saw what you were doing for other people and I just wanted to be a blessing to you. And I did whatever I could to support you. But I just didn't appreciate your your sidekicks that were helping you, accusing me of stealing and talking to me like I was crazy, even to the point where they wanted me to put garbage in my Lincoln Navigator and go take that to the dumper or to dump it out. I was like, well, you guys can put that in your car. I said, my car is not made for that, and I chose not to put garbage in my car. And so they got rid of me for that. Was one of the reasons, because you're telling me what to do. And I'm like, I'm older than all of you guys. I don't want to be talked to like I'm a child. So I made that very clear that this is in my free time. I don't want to be yelled at in my free time. So I said, and it turns out that God made a way for me to feed homeless and I'm feeding them every day and it's not a problem. So then she saw how um she's not getting the stuff that she used to get. Used to get lots of soda, lots of chips, lots of cookies and junk and little treats that we would also pass out to people. She's not getting that. It used to come on Mondays and Tuesdays, but now it got shifted. And this is a lady at my church. She asked me for some muffins. Yvette, do you have something sweet or some muffins or something? I hadn't been getting muffins, but I went yesterday, muffins showed up. Today, muffins showed up. I didn't want the muffins. I'm telling you, God is doing all kinds of things. And I know you got some of you guys are like, well, that ain't that big of a deal. I got bigger problems than that. I get it, because muffins are not kingdom food. I get that. But it just so happened that somebody in my church requested that and God gave it. He made a way. So this is what I'm trying to say. I'm not fighting with anybody. So it ended up that this lady really saw, because I made sure I said, I told you that God was going to make a way. I said that. And I said, he's really blessing me. I said, I don't mind sharing with you. So now she sees that it's more of a benefit for her to work with me. So she sent a text message out to her people because they've been stewing. Because you know how the enemy goes. Remember, I told you the one lady hates my guts, the Jewish lady. She's fueling all of this and got this woman listening to her in her ear. And so um this woman getting all riled up because what this one said. I'm like, have this lady stop doing that because that's not nice stuff. And I said, I don't mind sharing. And so now she sees the benefit of us working together. I'm like, I could bring you, I said, I can give you some extra stuff. I said, I don't need all that stuff. I said, I had rock stars yesterday. I did not want to give that to the homeless people. I said, but you guys treated me so badly yesterday. I gave it to them. And what I couldn't use, I dumped off at another program. But you could have very well had them. She looked at me. Oh, she knew they like rock stars. That's big time. So, and I don't mind blessing them, but here's what I'm saying. I'm glad that God is keeping me humble, you guys, and I pray for it all the time. I don't want to get the big head, not ever, not ever. And then the situation with my neighbor, uh, I knew that it was going to result in some vandalism at my house because that's the type of people that they are. And yes, they threw something at our van and looks like a McDonald's cup thingy that they got. And I'm very angry about that because I'm like, why would you do that? It's my daughter's van. You know, they mad at me, but they're taking it out on my daughter. So I'm going to make sure I send a message to them to stop that because I don't own anything here. The cars are all my daughter's, you know. So, and I don't see where she did anything to them. So anyway, we're going to work that one out because, try to live at peace with people. But of course, in humility, we just got to love folks. But I'm telling you, stuff still happens. But like I'm saying, what that got to do with it, when you in the kingdom, you know, when you receiving from God, oh, he knocks stuff all out the way. No, he can change the plans. A contract, and the woman was talking so much about this contract, so much. And the contract, I'm like, apparently these people don't think there's a contract. The company is not respecting it like it's a contract. And you don't have the corner market on it. So I'm telling you, God can do anything. So don't matter what somebody shows you, tells you, it does not matter. I almost felt, I felt compassion for her because I was like, oh, this lady's getting upset and irate over something where she has so much food already for them. They're not lacking. It was just a matter of control. You see that? And God says, not so, not this child. She has a ministry I have for her to do, a work for her to do, and I'm supplying it for her. And let me move these things out of the way. So praises to the Lord. And I'm praying for you guys. Keep seeking him, you guys, the kingdom. Think like a king, like a queen. Not in the sense of the king and queen of England, not like her, because she running around with a bunch of clothes and doing her own thing and with her nose all up in the air. You guys know she's not beautiful at all, but that's how she's living. That's not what I'm talking about. I am saying God will supply all your needs, of course, and he will bless you like he did Solomon when you seek the kingdom, not the kingdom like she does, running around making a bunch of appearances. That's not what Jesus said. He said the greatest one is the servant. So that's what goes on this kingdom. We serve others and God blesses us. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do. All right. Seek the kingdom. Think like a king. A king don't worry about stuff because a king has authority, and all a king have to do is speak it and it happens. And God gave us that authority. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Stop arguing about stuff and what somebody did to you. It doesn't matter. But I'm telling you about this because this is the extent of what the enemy's doing. You see how it doesn't work. Okay. All right, you guys take care, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.